Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Futures Club podcast, where we come to chill and get our minds right. I am Judith Daniel, your host and owner of Juju Star Productions LLC, where we have an array of products designed to help and encourage and uplift and push you forward in life. If you want to know more, go ahead and click that link. But for now, sit back and enjoy the show. So, you know how they say we make plans and God laughs? That is one of the truest things I've ever heard in my life. I don't know if he laughs, but he sure does say, "Oh, that's what you thought we were going to do. Okay, sure, think that. For, a few more minutes." Um, but boy, does he have a plan in mind. I like the moments better when I can get on his wavelength, at least, of what he's doing and kind of meet him knowing there's something going on and I want to be a part of that, even if I don't know really what it is or what's going on all the way. So I was laying in my bed. It's about 7:30. No, 7 o'clock, 7:03. Don't got my glasses on. My bad. And he just started putting all these things in my ear that he wanted me to say. That, okay, we're going to talk about this. Okay. And make sure you stay on this and say, and I could feel the notions of and kind of hear the. So I'm at the conclusion because I'm going to put up the other one that I did. I'm going to put that one up first so you'll see what I did on my own, what I thought was going on. and then and then we're going to look at what he said. What we're really going to do today is, because in my mind I'm like, okay, so I'm going to do this podcast and I'm going to this will be the 20th episode. We'll end the season right here and then we'll do 20 episodes every season, right? In my mind that's a go. Okay, we've landed. The eagle has made its drop, right? I don't know why I did that voice. And he was like, nah, I got more. So, because the one thing, what I thought I was doing was adding structure, right? I thought I was adding something that was reliable, something that was, something you can look forward to, something that can be at this certain time. So if you pulled up, you would get it at this time. And he said, nah, we're going to keep it how you've been doing it, with being spirit led to speak on A, B, or C. Okay. But what you got to do better is when you do it, go ahead and edit it and then put it up at whatever time that may be. Because I know how long it's going to take you to do everything. I know how long it's going to take you to get through that. I know when you go to edit what you ain't going to like. I know how long it's going to take for that too. I know how long it's going to take for you to sit there while you play your game and let it upload. I know how long that software takes. So by the time you do your part of what I know you are going to do, it will be right on time. So guess what, guys? I guess we don't have a schedule. Because I thought I was failing because I'm like, well, I gotta do it at this time. And he said, well, who said that? Who said to? I was like, but I want to give them, I see the other people doing it and they do it at this time on this day and da da da. He's like, but are you the other people? I was like, no, but and he was like, did I tell you to do it that way? Did I say make it at this time or that time? I said, no, but he said, and did I give you any type of stealing on how many to do? Or we're gonna stop right here for the season because obviously everybody's good at the end of the season, right? Did I say to do that? I was like, no, but you know what I mean? So guess what, guys? we're gonna do this how he said to do this. And it may be random. And it may be, you know, out of the blue. But from his perspective, no matter what time it is, no matter what is going on or what, however, for whoever needs to hear this, it's going to be right on time. And sometimes right on time is you hearing it a week in advance. Sometimes right on time is you looking at it in retrospect like, oh, that's what was happening. See, because our timing is not his timing, okay? And my life, I gave it to him a long time ago. You know that song, My life is not my own, to him I belong. I give myself to you. Do you see what I'm saying? So we did that a long time ago. Almost 22, 23-ish years that I made oh, well, you know, I put it in my other video. You can go back and or the other podcast, you can go back and watch it. But yeah. So I stand corrected by the Most High God, by Yeshua, however you pronounce that name. And we're going to do this on his time. I'm here for it. I am in agreement with it. And whatever he chooses to do, however he chooses to let this part and all parts of what I'm doing happen, I'm here for it. And what I'm not going to do is hinder it, anything that he wants to do his way, right? So like I said, I'll put the video that I put out of where I thought we were going to do. And what he said, nah, we about, I mean, sure, you can think it, but this is what we actually gonna do. And it's not one of those like he has to convince me of anything. I'm here for it when he speaks. And that's the way we live. That's the way we really do things. I just thought that in order to be successful, we're gonna dive into that too. I thought that in order for this to be successful, I had to follow the blueprint of others that were successful and others that were like, okay, this is how we're going to do it. And this is what I've done to get to where I am. And I'm like, well, I've, never really done this. Okay. To an extent of I'm still going, but I guess I have. I just leave a lot of space in between. But I don't know. You know what I mean? And I'm not good at social media stuff because I'm like, oh, I got stuff to do. I don't want to sit there and talk to myself like that. We do enough of that in, behind closed doors. So, dang, I guess all kind of truth is coming out today. Um, what's in your wallet? Like, what's in your mind? What's stored up in there that you need to get out? Put it in the comments. We're gonna ride this thing out together. But he, so and the ones that I have been giving you, they've been spirit led. And sometimes they're at random times, normally in the mornings. And I like that I wake up and he's the first thing on my mind. And like, what are we doing today kind of thing. And he's talking before me. I don't always have to be the one to start the conversation. I like that he's so involved and that he knows I'll be receptive of what's being said. Now, if you all don't know what I'm talking about, if you didn't grow up in the church, if you don't have a relationship with Christ, then it would be hard to understand what I'm saying. And it may seem like I'm crazy, but I know in his word it also says if it seems like I'm in my right mind or if it seems like I'm out of my mind, it's for your benefit. It's crazy how the word comes into play and it is actually being played out and you can reference what is going on when you have that relationship with him. And then it doesn't seem like just a crazy book with crazy notions in it. And it doesn't seem like, you know, just this made up fictitious blah, blah, blah. Because, no, 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 I'm living it. I'm actually referencing it and it's truth. So there's that part. But again, like I said, all the ones that we've done before this are spirit led because I'm like, I need to get this out of me and I need to tell them what I know and I need to do it in a way that they know not to give up their turn because there's no reason. You know what I mean? I'm like, how do I do that? And he always gives me a turn on the mic and let's go. Because remember in his word where he says, if you don't know what to say, I'll give you the words at just the right time because I know what's in your heart. And again, I'm paraphrasing all these, but these are what it is. And if you look it up for yourself, you'll see that it's actually there. Um, and again, like I said, I can't find the addresses, but I know what city. I know that there's a state. You know what I mean? I know what I know is in there. Um, so yes, y'all. And it is pretty fun this way. This adventure of, even though it's not as, well, it is kind of life threatening as Paul's, but even though it's not as physically taxing, my adventure, I'm, I'm enjoying the randomness. I'm enjoying the spontaneity. I'm enjoying being the one that he said I could do. And then not only that, but he's still backing me up and giving me the focus and the um, exactly what I need at that time and the support to say, yeah, no, we're on the right track. Because he's still talking to me and telling me what to do. And if we weren't on the right track, he wouldn't do that. He'd be like, oh, that's what you're thinking? Sure, you can go that way. Why? Because he's not going to force himself on you to do right. Just like he's not going to force himself on you to bless you. Everything has to be of your free will. So I give up my free will to his will. And then we walk this thing out together. I used to give pushback. I used to be like, well, why though? But I mean, why though? I don't know. It'd be ridiculous. Um, but no, that's not where we are after 20 some years. Uh, that seems like a long time. And I think it's over that amount because I'm 4 now, right? And I've had a relationship well before I had my first child, and he's 21 now. So I think my how long actually is off because I don't add up the current where we are right now. I just be like, well, back in we were at, so it must be, but I haven't added all the years that that we're still going. Um, but man, it's been a journey, and I prayed that prayer of order my steps, Lord. And he says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. So I seek the Lord first in whatever I do, and I tell him, well, I don't know how, but how do we do it? But because I know it can be done. And he leads me in that truth. He says, in all that getting, get an understanding. So I do my research, I do my part, because he says, study to show thyself approved. So I'm like, well, let him know I know what I'm talking about. But it comes out in layman's term. Because why? Because not everybody that I speak to is going to be a scholar. Because we are everyday people. And some of us actually happen to be scholars, but not everybody. And I want to make sure that I'm reaching I just heard the least of these, but no one is the least of these. No one is, I don't know how to say that, y'all, but nobody is under anyone else. And I don't care about your education. And it's not about, like, that is not how do you say that? That is not the criteria for this, right? Education is out. We're not doing that. Who cares, right? In this situation, who cares? Like, everybody's equal. It's not in, the race thing that, the hires try to play to pit us against that. No, who cares? Nobody is above anyone else. We just all know different things and we all have a different way of doing things, but that doesn't mean that someone is above anyone else. That means we're all human and we've all come from different cultures. And some of us are doing it the right way and some of us are doing it the ass backwards way. So it's not like, okay, so that's not a criteria. The criteria here is, can I get the word out? And am I a part of your journey? Is the Lord putting me in your path? Because I tell you one thing, if he's putting me in your path, if I am one of the voices that you hear, if I cross you for however short a time, I would listen. Because only, not because I'm me. I mean, even though I am wonderful and great, but not because I'm me, but because he's sending a word. He's saying something. You know what I mean? He's purposefully wanting you to hear what he's saying. Because how many billions of people are on this earth? And I'm not going to cross everyone's path, but those that he wants me to, he'll find a way. Those are called divine appointments or divine intervention. And because of what he instilled in me, according to your choosing, I could be a blessing or I could be a curse. And not because of anything that I do to you, but because you've gained the knowledge thereof. And if you still want to go down a path that he's obviously trying to keep you from, if it's in the negative, let's say that first, that he's obviously trying to warn you of, and you still choose to do whatever it is you're choosing to do, because I don't know y'all personally. I'm good, but I ain't that good. Like, I don't know really anyone personally right now, as of the recording of this video, because who knows where we'll be, in a year or two. But he knows you. And obviously, I'm one of those critical moments. Even though I'm only 5'4", I'm a critical moment in your life if we cross paths. And either it's going to work out in your favor and you're like, oh my goodness, I was looking for a solution. I was trying to figure out the hows and the whys to get from A to B, or to try to do this, or to figure out what is going on. Or you're going to be on the other side and you're going to be like, well, whatever. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do because of A, B, and C. And I don't know your reasoning. Like I said, I don't know you. But that is what I mean by I'll either be a blessing or a curse. And again, it's not my doing. I don't know you, but he does. So whoever this is meant to reach, take heed to his word over whatever you think about me, or whoever the messenger might be. Because there's a lot, well, there's not a lot, but there are chosen ones out there who are like angels on earth, who are those critical moments, kind of like he says, when if a homeless person comes up to you, and then a rich man comes up to you, and then you're showing favor to that rich man and you're disregarding that homeless man. or that unwealthy man, just because they're what they look like to you in your eyes. You know what I mean? That's not good. He says treat everyone the same. Because that homeless guy, that unwealthy guy, could be the one that blesses your life the most. They could be that angel in disguise. Just treat everyone the same. It's really as simple as that. And then you have to, reap the benefits or the repercussions of your choice or the consequences of your choice. You see what I'm saying? Everything is a decision. And it's not me that would be punishing or blessing you because I don't have that ability. It would be the Lord because of how you chose to respond to something that, and I when I've thought that I've dealt with angels on earth, I didn't get a warning like, okay, now this is what this is. Oh, I just lied. Yes, I did. So the warning I got was when I was in the church and we were doing Bible studies and he said all these things. Okay, so yep, I did get a warning too. So now you get a warning too. And I guess this is for those who didn't grow up in the church, who don't really know what it is. And there's so many different things being thrown at you that you don't decide. Like you're like, well, who do I really trust? And what do I do? We got religions out the buns. And all of them sound like they're the one. And they kind of do, y'all. And then, but there's that one little piece. It's like, but that don't mix well, and it's very subtle. But he says, do not be deceived. You know what I mean? So this is your warning, the warning of your blessing, the warning of your, hey, I see what you're doing. Please don't do that. Or it could be a warning of a hard stop. Choose life today. Like it says in Deuteronomy, choose the you choose life or death. It's still up to you. Not gonna force you. Not gonna make you do anything, but if you want to know, I'll tell you some stuff, and then that might help your decision a little better. And I know from experience that it will. So take that into consideration. But I'm like, I don't know, y'all. Sometimes I don't get it right either. And so I look to the experts, or I try to look to who I think is getting it right. Um, and that still is not my path. So my path is my path. Um, he's been showing me for a long time that I'm a fire starter. And yes, I happen to be an Aries, so, go figure. But I am that firecracker one. Be like, yo, but that don't sound right. It ain't all together. Or I'm like, that's how you do it. That's what's up. But I do it on a much louder scale. And to some, it's annoying, but fires are annoying, right? We don't want them to happen all the time. We want them to happen to keep us warm. We want them to happen to motivate us from the inside, but we don't want a fire to burn up everything we thought we knew or everything we had, right? But again, a fire can be a double-edged sword because then, oh no, you got to start over. Because then, but I've been working so hard for this. Well, it's out of here now. You know what I mean? Like, so hey, and no matter if it was purposely done or on accident, how you gonna get through this? How you gonna rebuild? What you think? And then you make another choice. But I can tell you this. If something is getting taken away from you and you know something ain't right about it, let it go. If something is getting taken away from you and you think that is the best you've ever had, let it go. Because that means there's something better coming. You understand? There's something better out there. If it was good and you don't want to lose it because of, and then check your reasons why. And if those are like shallow, not very sure reasons, and it's getting taken away from you, go ahead and let it go. Let it go. Because you want to be fully confident. Excuse me. You want to be fully confident in what you keep around you. You want to have a great understanding. You want it to be everything you wanted it to be. Flaws and all, right? But if those flaws are too much for you to handle, but you're like, but I don't want to be alone. If those flaws are like, yeah, but he doesn't listen to me and I'm his mother, but I'm his mother. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to let it go and we let God work. But how would you know that if you don't give him the time of day to show you that he has better? How do we know unless we try or we seek it out or we're like, I just want to see? Because I think, but I don't know for sure, but I kind of want to give it a go, but I don't even know where to start or how to. Even that is a step in the right direction, even if you have no clue. And then once you get going, you'll see that he answers you and he will show you. In Jeremiah, I believe it's maybe 33:3. He's like, call unto me and I will answer thee and I will show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest not. That's what that's for. Dang, now I gotta look because I don't know if it was 33:3. Give me a second. Give me just a second, guys. 33:3. Call to me, and I will answer and tell you the great and unsearchable things you do not know. Yeah, okay, so that was right. This is a NIV. I think what I quoted was KJV, or paraphrased more was KJV. So it's like give him a chance, and you'll start building that relationship. And then you give him more chances, he starts showing up more. Then you give him more opportunity to do what he does. And don't limit him to, well, you can do it, but only if you do it like this. You can bless me, but only if you bless me like this. Because I'm going to tell you, the way that he can bless you will blow your freaking mind. Stuff we've never even thought of. And he knows how to do it. He is super strategic. Supercalifragilistically strategic. And he is expeditiously. He's expeditiously fast, right? Because we always think, well, Lord, I've been praying. It's coming up. Oh, I can see it, Lord. Lord, we're running out of time. Da 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 da. Right? But he's like, yo, calm down, first of all. Secondly, I am the Lord. There ain't no reason for me to be early because I know exactly what's happening and when and why and how and who and where. So I'm just going to show up when I need to show up. I don't need to be standing there waiting in line, waiting for something to get finished so that I can intervene. I'm going to show up when it's time for me to intervene. And I can guarantee I won't be late. But we're all under this notion of, well, you have to be early to be on time, especially in the entertainment world. When you're early, you're on time. When you're on time, you're late. So there's a lot of a lot of things there. And in that situation, that is true. But when it comes to the Lord, the omnipresent, right? The always there, right? The hearing you while you're thinking it, right? The creator of the world who knows the end from the beginning and can do it backwards and still not miss a beat in all of our lives from the beginning of time. He don't need to be early. There's no reason for it. So just trust that he shows up right on time. And remember that he says he will always give a way of escape for those that are with him. I need to start research, but you know what? I don't know what I'm gonna talk about when I get on here to talk about it, y'all. And I don't want to say it's what do they call it when you rapping? A freestyle battle. Excuse me. It's not a battle, but it is freestyle according to me. I don't know what we're talking about. He already has it mapped out in a plan. So, and even these little inflections that I'm putting in here, giving you narration like along the way, he knows that too. He knows me. He created me. And he said, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. So I must be on the right track if he's using me. And the one thing that I don't want to stop is him stop using me. I like this. Like, this is cool. Use me all day. Right. And until, yeah, I mean, not even until, because some days we go days without sleeping. But use me as necessary, if I can put it that way. And he has been nothing but a blessing, nothing but a godsend. It has been nothing but amazing to be on this journey with him. So I just wanted to pop in and say, hey guys, I'm sorry I messed up. Excuse me on that last video. I thought we were done for the season, but it looks like it's going to be a sporadic thing as the Spirit gives utterance to speak. I will speak. And I believe that kind of stuff is in Acts. So, I mean, get you a Bible, fall on a pair of knees near you or buttocks, and look through it. Skim through it even. Like, it's not a front to back cover to read, but it's like a, let me just find something real quick. And then you kind of learn where things are or what it talks about. And like, oh, I want to learn more about that. I want to understand more about that. And then you go right to those parts and you learn more about that. And then you're like, okay, well, today I want to learn more about this, and all the while you're developing that faith, that relationship, that understanding, which is going to turn into that wisdom. And that is amazing in and of itself. So I am trying to see if I'm missing something to say. So give me just a second. I click this button. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I need to say because, like I said, I'm not on my own time. And Lord, if there's something that I didn't say that we talked about, please bring it to my memory so that I can say it now. This is a real relationship, yes. We really talk to each other, yes. He really hears me. I really hear him. He really answers me by way of the Holy Spirit. And because the Holy Spirit is there to lead you in all truth. So any questions we have, it can be answered. When we're going the wrong way, we get that warning that, I would rethink that step. Or a direct, hey, go this way. And then we could either hear it, or we act like we don't, or we do what we want to do anyway. I've messed up. And not only did I not obey or listen to it, I spoke back saying, nah, but that's in another video or audio podcasting that I did. So you can go back and listen to them all. I don't think y'all know this is one of those situations where I feel the most fulfilled, is when I know that he's leading me and guiding me because he wants me to be there. And obviously, he thinks I'm worthy to be there doing that in that time in that way. Because if I wasn't, he would have someone else here for the job. And there's a lot of people that want the job, even though there's more that we have to reach. But he says the laborers are many and the workers are few. So, and he does still pick. And if you want to have it, he will give you something to do because that's why he created you. That desire is not in you for no reason. That desire does not want you to give up on it because you can't see the path or the answer or the solution or the next step. There's a key ingredient to getting it done, and it's calling on him. And again, Jeremiah 33:3, call on me, and I will answer thee, and I will show thee great and mighty things that thou knowest not. I'll show you the stuff that you don't know how to do. And it says he'll lead us with thine eye. So he'll give you a vision for it. And that is your blueprint. It's not what someone else created. It's the vision that he gave only to you for that. And it says, without a vision, the people perish. So you need that vision. How do you get that vision? You call on him. And once you call on him, he will lead you. And how does he lead you? With thine eye. He lets you see it. And it's a double-edged sword, the eye, because if you look at someone, you can see their true them through their eyes. You can see to their soul, right? I have one of those gifts. But then if you are the person, with the eyes looking out, you can actually see stuff that's not there with your eyes open or your eyes closed, however better you do it. And you can see the vision, you can see it playing out. You can see, like a movie. Might be a faded movie at first until you develop it, but you can still see it. And if it's better if you close your eyes and you can see it and you can think it, and then you start having pictures show up. You got this. You've always had it. You were born with these abilities. The key ingredient, though, is calling on his name and letting him help you. Because I can't confidently say that I got to A and then to B and then to C and then to D on my road of my life by myself. I can't say that because that's not how it happened. It wasn't just me. It was the Lord, and he put the provisions in place. So if you're wondering, well, how come I can't figure this out? Why can't I da 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 da? It's because you're missing that key ingredient. And that can make the recipe, or that can leave the recipe lacking. But it's up to you to put it in there. So I guess we are just going to continue on this journey. I guess I don't need to apologize that things come out at the time they come out or when they come out, and I got to be more open and obedient to that part. Instead of trying to, well, I need to go out at noon every Wednesday on standard time. No, that's not how he moves. And that's not how he wants me to move. I want to be a replica of how he moves, you know. So that's what we're gonna do. And if you're rocking with me, rock with me. And maybe he wants it to hit like an element of surprise and be like, oh, so you know it's something you're looking forward to. But this part is all his. You know, it's gonna come out the way that it comes out of me, but he allowed that too. You see what I'm saying? Or he would have had me be a completely different person if he wanted it to come out in a different way. But because I'm me, and this is how I really talk, right? This is the way it's gonna come out. Because why be fake? Because that's a lot of work, and I don't got time for all that extra work. I'd be tired already. You understand? I'd be tired already. Um, yeah. So there maybe I don't know how he's gonna do it, but I know that as the spirit speaks, I'm gonna do my part, and I'm gonna get it to you guys right when he says it. So, um. If you see the one before this and you see this one coming out about the same time, it's because I was late on putting the other one out. And I should have did it when he said to do it. So this is going to be number 21. And I'll keep them in orders as of numbers so that if you kind of want to follow along, you can see the road that it took to get here. And then the road that it's going to take to get wherever we're going. Um, but I am thankful for my desire because all I do, y'all, is I help and I encourage and I teach what I teach. So, and I think that's a really good life. I'm happy with um, the way he allowed me to be able to do things. Some people love the hands-onedness, you know, like construction workers and like people that build things and they like I don't know, they just have a passion for that physical rewarding sort of lifestyle, you know. And this is a good lifestyle for me. It's not the most exciting, however, it is exciting. Because we don't always know what we're about to do next. Um, but it's way more better than what I would have imagined it would be. And I get to be myself and do what I was created to do. And I may not be able to do all those heavy things, you know. I may not be the greatest vocal master of the musical industry, right? I'm not the most toughest bodybuilder person, you know, or I'm not the smartest scientist that we have. You know, I'm not on a lot of levels, but the level that I am on, staying in my lane, doing the things that I love to do and know how to do because I've studied areas of those things because that is what caught my interest. That is a-okay with me. You feel me? And don't ever let anyone make you feel bad because you're not doing what they thought you should be doing. Or don't ever you feel bad Because you're like, well, I don't want to do that, but everybody else is saying I should, and I am good at it. I'll give you that. But it's not what I want to do. Don't feel bad about those things. Be like, yeah, I'm blessed. However, my desire is A, B, and C. And those are the things that, if I had to pursue them for the rest of my life, I wouldn't grow weary of. Because he says in the word, it says, do not grow weary while doing good. For in due season you'll reap if you faint not. So why would he want you doing something that's going to cause you to be doubtful? That's going to cause you to be like, I don't know. That's going to cause you to be like, I'm sick of this. Choice word. That's going to cause you to be like, I don't even want to do it no more. He doesn't want your hands in those things. He wants your hands in the things that are sustainable for you, because he doesn't want you to grow weary. So even if that's a scale that you use on, am I going after my desire, or am I going after it because of whatever the reason may be? You need to give a prayer of, give a call for help to the Lord and be like, all right, I am good at this, right? I'm getting paid. I think it's great that I'm getting so much money for what I'm doing, because like, dang, all right, yeah, give it to me. But be like, it's just not, when you snap your fingers, because you're like, but I can't really put my finger on it, but it's not. He knows what that means too. He does sign language and all kind of stuff. He knows all the languages. He knows the sound language too. Like if there's a sound that's made, he understands the depth and the meaning of that. So he understands you fully. And make that your prayer of, I want to do something that I can do for a long time, that I love to do, that when I'm doing it, I'm not really getting tired. That it's not a burden on me to do, but it's what I want to do. What is that for me? And then he'll show it to you. And then it's up to you to be like, oh, well, I see the first step to getting to what it might be. Let me do that. And then he'll give you the next step. And then he'll give you the next step once that's completed. And then he'll like, okay, we're going to do this now. And even if it looks like you're going left, you know what you prayed for. And he said, okay, I'll get you there. Trust the path. Trust the journey. Trust that he's not going to lead you in a way that's going to hurt you. But we're a little tainted because we have had people that led us in a way that hurt us. So we have to get it out of your head that he's not the same as the people you know. He doesn't operate like that. And his word actually is bond. And everything that he says to you can be verified. Now, how could that happen if that wasn't true? If you've never heard it before and he said something to you, and then you went and looked in the word and it was there, how does that come about? If this word is not true and real. I've had those moments. Like he told me something. I was like, well, wait though. Is that true? And then I go over to the word and it's like clear as day. So make sure y'all are asking the questions. Ask the ridiculous questions. Ask the questions that you like, I think I should know the answer to this, but however, I do not. Would you help? And see what he says. And the answer that he gives sometimes is going to be so simple. You're going to be like, well, why didn't I think of that? And even that statement alone is showing you that he's there. Because you know that thought didn't come from you because you had no clue. And he may bring that answer along through many different transportation types. Just be willing to receive it however he's going to give it to you. Be open, be vulnerable again. If you're not going to be, because sometimes we can't be vulnerable with these people on this earth because, they be having, messed up and alternative motives. But he don't got none of that up there. He wants your success. He needs your success because then you can help other people. And whatever you choose to do, there's a way to help other people in that area. And we have a lot of genres or types of works and work that people do. And we need people in every area. You know what I'm saying? And your specific thing that captures your eye, it'll make you more, I want to say luxurious. It'll make you seem more luxurious because you love what you're doing. It's not just about being a master of that craft. It's about you actually having joy in what you're doing. So, yeah. And again, I am very honored to be one of the ones that crossed your path. I take it as a full-on blessing that he thought of me enough to say, I want you to be the one. That means a lot to me. Now I'm going to go have my breakfast and get this out to you as soon as I can, and I'll be a little more obedient to be a little more on time. And being on time meaning as he gives the word, I give you the word and all theories of whatever that means or what I need to do to get it out there. So enjoy your day. And until next time. Oh, shoot. All right. Yali, well, who is she? What is she doing? If this is your first time hearing this kind of video, you can head over to futuresclub101.com and see all that information. We do have a class coming up starting in September to be online to do the Futures Club live online. And where we go through and work through my program, there's a prerequisite called the Vision Board course on my website that you can take right there. And yeah, those are all the shenanigans we're into over here. And if you like it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you have something to say, go ahead and put it in the comments. If you have a question, you can reach me on any of those platforms and right here, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Or if you want to, you need to kind of have a little more personal question that maybe I could help with. I also do life coaching. God dang y'all. Okay. Because I wasn't planning to do this, so I ain't have nothing ready. But I also do life coaching. Yeah, that's it. Still on the same website. That was all. I thought I was about to say something. So yeah, you can go there, you can look at all the things, get all the information, and then hit me up. I always do the first session is free. So there is something that I send you, you kind of fill that out, and then we have our first session, full session, and you can see if it's a right fit for you. Because what I don't want is for you to be like, because I don't give refunds on anything because you're investing in you and there's nothing tangible to give back. So there wouldn't be anything tangible for me to give back because you're already getting that information that you sought out. So that's why I don't do the refunds. Because you're getting the information that you're seeking that I'm giving, and you can't give that back. I mean, if we're reasonable. But then I don't charge so much. But normally people are like, oh my goodness, I've been looking for this. So I don't really get requests of needing a refund. Because I made my prices moderately, I think they're very okay. But I also know that I was in a position where I didn't have that extra like that. So I wanted people to make sure that they could, it could be affordable to everyone. And my prices don't usually change. It's not like, well, it's inflation. Let's go ahead and da 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 and raise this up because we can. No, even if you can do things, that doesn't mean you should. And that's also in the word. So we don't raise it because we don't need to, because we know what we're, you know, I already know what my overhead is. I already know what the different things are, and we're gonna leave it like that. So you don't have to worry about, oh, this week is this, but then next week can I afford it? No, you'll whatever you see is what it'll be. And that's on all my sites. So if you go to futuresclub101.com, or if you go to awapzone.com, where I teach acting and do workshops actually, to the church, because I believe that we should be a bigger influence than some of the other outlets that we have for entertainment. Um, there's that part. So, and again, all the things that I do that my hands are in is things that I love to do. If you go to jdsafetyfirst.com, you'll see all of my products and my self-defense products, that I have available. I'll be putting those videos up as well from about 7 years ago, 7 years ago. So the website name is still the same. There's been upgrades, and the website has changed, but the products are still the same as far as making sure that you feel safe in every situation. So, yeah, those are things that and with this, those are the things I'm sticking to, and I'm going to let go of the other things, except for one, and that's what I want to do. And then I want to start my candle business back up. Those are things that I like to do and that I have time for, as far as I want to. Like, there's no really better reason. I like doing those things. Um, and so that's what I want to do. And see how simple it could be when you're not forcing yourself to do because of the situation, but instead you call on God first and say, I really, this is getting on my last nerve, first of all. Secondly, I feel bad because I want to do this, but then everybody else is saying this, and then I don't know how to get there. Call on Him, ask Him. All He got is answers. You see? So, yes, we're going to go and go visit those sites on any of the platforms. Let me know what you think, what questions you have. And that is where we would begin, children. I don't know why I did that. You're not children. You might be. Some of y'all might be, but for the most part, to anyone who is under the sound of my voice, we're about to get this show on the road. And if you want to join us, join us. I would love to have you. All are included. Okay? If you can hear me, and I need to make this very clear, all are welcome here. Okay? I think I said the program is suitable for those 14 and up. But just because I think that is a great age to start getting into, well, who am I? What do I like really? What, because that's going to change like several times, but to give you a jump start on how to figure those things out about yourself, and what, I got a voice, those kind of things is what we talk about. There's nothing, it's just information and strategy, and then a great prize at the end. So, um, yeah, you guys, I love that as well. Okay, I'm gonna stop. See, this is probably why I ain't got no husband, because he ain't gonna know what to do. He's like, okay, listen. Listen, Linda. I'm like, oh, you call me other people's names now? No, okay, okay. Too much. Got it. So, until next time. Deuces. As always, thank you for joining us again for another episode. We hope you enjoyed yourself, but the best way to know is if you leave a comment or you send me a message and you actually let me know. If you have any questions, I would love to be able to answer those on the next episode, so go ahead and leave me that as well. But until next time, just know you are worth it to be wherever you want to be.